Okay guys, in this video we're going to be checking out another power cube setup here from FullSpeedRC. This is going to be 3 boards, just like the previous video with the XGB 3-board combo. This one has a 4-in-1 ESC, a flight controller, and a video transmitter. This is a little bit different and also costs a bit less than the XGB or the HGLRC one that I reviewed like a week ago. Okay, so here's everything that came out of the bag. You got a connector that's going to go from your flight controller to the ESCs, and you got your ESCs here, and there's your flight controller board here, and this is the video transmitter board. And you got, looks like you have a little buzzer on here as well. That's kind of interesting. And you got an LED over here on this as well. And this one comes with also a micro FL connector for your linear whip antenna. And they also include various nylon spacers and standoffs here to put the stack together. And you get a little bit of documentation describing what comes with this power stack. And here's the bands and channels frequency chart for the video transmitter. Okay, so we'll start with the 4-in-1 ESC. This is not unusual. It's very typical for what we've seen for these 4-in-1 ESCs. It's a 10 amp 4-in-1 ESC with BLHeli-S, and it does T-Shot 600. And this is the flight controller. This is an F3 flight controller, and it looks pretty much like the Omnibus F3 flight controller that we've seen before on a lot of the other power cubes out there. So it looks like they're using a common component here. And then here's a closer look at the video transmitter and buzzer. And over here you got a button for you changing your bands and channels. You have an LED indicator light for your bands and channels as well, and you got an antenna connector there. The video transmitter is switchable between 25 and 200 milliwatts, and it is a 48 channel video transmitter. So we'll go ahead and I'll put this little stack together. We'll take a look at what it looks like and how much it weighs and its dimensions, and compare it to the XJB F428 that I reviewed last week. Okay, so here it is kind of all put together, and it does come with these connectors here that you can solder on to the OSD section, the video in, video out, and the 5 volts and ground. That goes to the video transmitter, but you can see here there's a gap between the top of the standoff here and the board, and I can't quite figure out how to construct this so that there's no gap there if I want to use these connectors, so you can easily just pull the video transmitter stack away from the flight controller board. So I'm not going to be using these connectors because you can see here that they stack it skewed like that, and that's not going to be any good. So I'm probably just going to direct solder 4 wires from here to there and just make it a day of just doing that. I suppose you could do a direct solder if you extend these little pins here further up and just not use the connector, and then it'll be permanently soldered. But then if you ever need to take the video transmitter part off and work on the flight controller, then that's going to make things kind of difficult, and you'll have to desolder all that. So I'm just going to just use some wires and then have a little bit of play in there, kind of like this connector here, and I can just lift this off if I need to. And then the way this video transmitter works is that there's a video in here for the camera, so you just solder your camera connection here and connect up your antenna there. Okay, so this power stack, I'm thinking probably weighs about 10 grams. Yeah, it's about 11.2 grams. And if you compare that to the XJB from last week, well, I'll just put the same antenna on here. That's about a little heavier at 12.4 grams. So if you're just comparing these two stacks side by side, the XJB obviously is going to be more expensive. This is about $75, and the full one from FullSpeedRC is about $48. I think with the coupon you can get a little bit lower, maybe close to 40. Not bad, which includes a video transmitter, which is 25 and 200 milliwatts. The difference here, obviously, between the two is that the XJB's got the F4 CPU and definitely has more headroom for doing more tasks, and has a much beefier 4-in-1 ESC. The XJB comes with a 28 amp 4-in-1 ESC, and the one from FullSpeedRC comes with a 10 amp 4-in-1 ESC. So you're going to want to use the XJB here on your bigger setups, the 1106 motors, like maybe even like the 1304 motors, bigger props, like 3-inch props, etc. The 4-in-1 ESC here on the FullSpeedRC one is going to be for smaller setups, 2.5 inch props, and 2 to 3S max. I think you can definitely go 4S on the XGB stack here. So if you're looking at these two stacks, obviously they're going to be used for different purposes. The XGB one's going to be for heavier setups, bigger motors, bigger props, and then this one here is going to be for your smaller micros. And I think obviously with lower cost, if you have a smaller micro, this one will be just fine. Okay, so that's going to do it for this quick little review of the FullSpeed Power Cube here. This is the FSD-20F3. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll put a link in the description if you are interested in this product, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.